Louisville has the best backcourt in the country.
You can't get stubborn and try to force the run game.
Well, it's odd.
It would be a March team. Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Week 12 preview here. We got the preview, of course, and we have the playoff rankings, top 25. And we're going to do an update on the Heisman there. We got our locks only, war room. But we're going to start off with a midweek update on basketball. So I'm going to hand that off to Shep here.
All right, week two. Started week two halfway through. You have three good games I want to shout out, but I first want to shout out North Greenville upsetting Gardner-Webb. It's the fourth D2 versus a D1 upset in the past 8 days. It's a 92-81 victory. Didn't watch the game, but shout out North Greenville. Always like seeing a D2 school beat a D1. Can't hate that. Did you watch that game at all?
No, not a chance.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was on.
Not a chance. Good for them, though.
Yeah. Well, I was watching UC win against Dayton. I also was watching this Michigan versus Wake Forest game. I had no clue this was going to be such a good game. Went down to OT. Michigan ended up winning 85-84. Takeaways from that game, I don't think Michigan is ready at the moment. They went 4 for 25, three-pointer shooting like 16%. Ranked number 4, and you have Wake Forest coming into your house. That's kind of sketchy. It scares me for the future runs. It's good to have it early. Get those things figured out. Did you watch that game too?
Yeah, I watched it. Michigan looked pretty ugly. Pretty ugly, but it's a good thing about it being so early in the season. You can look ugly and learn and build off of it. So, I mean, I don't think anybody's ready to write Michigan off, but you just got stuff to work on.
Exactly. I don't know. Maybe we're just underestimating Wake Forest. They look pretty good.
Could happen too. Yeah. Could be the case. They could be a March team. You never know.
Yeah, so just watch out for the Michigan Wolverines. But first game we'll talk about today is Louisville versus the Wildcats. That was another great game. Pretty sure it was plus 6.5 for Kentucky. I think that's what it was. Playing at Louisville. Louisville ended up getting the dub. It's a great game, 96-88. Key stats I have for this game. Mikael Brown Jr. looked like the best freshman in the country, going 29 points, shooting 8 from 16 field goal. 10 for 11 at the free throw line, which they could have used at the end of the game, but we'll get back to that. Also, Ryan Cornell, which is their shooting guard, had 24 points. After watching this game, I can safely say Louisville has the best backcourt in the country. Those two just looked unbeatable. Mikael Brown Jr. was dealing with cramps the whole second half, so it was kind of fun to watch. What are your thoughts on that one?
I think Bama definitely has the best backcourt in the country, but regardless, Louisville looked very strong. They just physically dominated Kentucky in this game. It really didn't feel like Kentucky. They just couldn't get any momentum going. Louisville looked very strong. Very strong.
Yeah, Kentucky turned it over 14 times, led to 19 points for Louisville. I think that was the main takeaway from this game. Kentucky did look good coming down the stretch. They did hit some big-time threes, but just at the end of the day, didn't get it done. The one thing I do got to say, the Cardinals did miss 7 free throws in a row at the end of the game. Kentucky had at least 5 shots to at least bring it in. I know it was an 8-point game at that time.
In a row, actually?
7 in a row.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy to watch. Yeah, and then I don't think Kentucky scored on any of those 7. So Kentucky could have had them, snuck them out a win right there, but you got to capitalize on that kind of things. But at the end of the day, I'm not worried about Kentucky. I think Pope's got a great squad. They're going to do pretty well this season. Just watch out for the Louisville. I didn't think they'd be that good. A backcourt kind of scares me. Then we're going to go on to the second best game of the night, which was the Illinois Fighting Illini. I think I said that right. Versus the Texas Tech Red Raiders. 81-77. Illinois ended up winning. It was a great game. Stojakovic's son had 23 points. He was pretty much the player of the game. Came down last 5 minutes. Pretty much took over. Kyle Boswell also had 22. It's good, pretty good backcourt as well. Their front court was elite too, all foreign guys. Love to see that. Shout out JT Toppin though. Still think he's going to win Player of the Year. Had 35 points, 11 rebounds. He might average that this year. It's kind of scary with Illinois' good backcourt or front court as well. Still had 35 points, which is pretty impressive. It was a good matchup though.
As much as how good Illinois looked, I think it speaks a lot for Texas Tech still. That's a hard place to go in and play at and win, and they battled the whole game there.
Yeah, I think if you play that at Texas Tech wins.
Yeah, I would agree. And the other thing is Stojakovic. Is he really going to be playing like that the entire year?
I don't know. Transfer from Cal. I think he's a junior now. He's pretty high on everyone's watch list for juniors. So I liked them a lot. I think that team's going to be scary come March time. So is Texas Tech. I mean, Christian Anderson also had a good game. They can just score the ball. That's what's going to keep the Raiders in most games. If you could somehow stop JT Toppin, I think that's the kryptonite to this team, but I don't think you can at this point. Kid's legit.
But as much as it's a one-man show there for Texas Tech and JT Toppin, I mean, if you get him in foul trouble,
Yeah, like I
what
said, if
else
you
can
take him out of the
Texas Tech?
game, I think that's their one kryptonite. So, but other than that, so far throughout the week, these are two great matchups.
Yeah, those were
I
great games throughout the week.
I am 0-2. Sunday, Luke's got me one on college. Just pick'ems.
Yeah.
Those are tough. That's why I love college basketball. It's you flip a coin, you don't know who's going to win. But
Yeah.
I say for both those games, if you play Louisville plays at Kentucky, I think Kentucky wins. Texas Tech. I mean, you can say that about most games for college basketball, but big time
Okay.
games like that, very important. Now I'm coming to upcoming games. We got one coming on in 7 minutes, which I know Luke's pretty excited about. We got Purdue Boilermakers, which are number 2 right now, versus the Crimson Tide at 8. Luke, what are your thoughts on this one?
Roll Tide, first of all, here.
Roll Tide.
I think this is
Okay.
going to be a great game. I know Purdue's getting one of their big men back. He's a part of that trio there who've been there for feels like a decade there. Confused, not confused, but I forget the name there. But once you guys see him out there, I'm sure you guys will recognize who he is. He's a very good player, especially with how much of a question mark Alabama's front court is right now. And Purdue's still got a really talented backcourt there with Braden Smith. It's going to be a great matchup. I think 3.5 there. I think that's wrong. I think that should be a little bit lower, maybe 1.5. This game probably is going to go down to the wire unless Alabama just completely dominates. But I don't see that happening. It's too early in the year, I think. But I think Bama should win this game. It's at home.
Okay, I respect that. I'm going Bama too, but I think it's going to be the exact opposite of you. I think you guys might win by 8-9,
Really?
especially playing at home, coming off a big win like that past week. You guys look good, sound. I mean, you guys might be the best scoring team in the country. I'm pretty sure the over is at 173 at the moment.
Let's see what happens.
That's just high for college basketball. I love it. So I think it's going to be a good game. I don't think Braden Smith can handle Phylon at the moment, but he might prove me wrong. He's also one of the best guards in the country. So this will be a big game for both teams.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch
100%.
that.
Bama's got to rebound the ball on defense because Purdue attacks the offensive glass really well. If they can rebound the ball, should be able to take care of business.
All right, then we're going to 3 more games in the future. November 14th, we got, which is tomorrow, Arizona versus the Bruins. I think that's going to be another good matchup. Forget the rankings on that. I think it's like 14 versus 18, something like that. Top 25 matchup. It's at the Bruins. Very excited about this game. See how Pete does against, what's his name? He's the guard for UCLA. Donovan Dent. That's what I was talking about. But
Sure.
this matchup, I got the Bruins winning this one.
Bruins.
I love the Bruins.
Yeah, I'll go Arizona. I'm gonna trust in Jaden Bradley and that freshman they got. Pate. Is that how
Yeah,
we
Pete
think
Pate. I
his
think
name?
something like that.
We might need to
People know
figure
who you're
out.
talking about.
Yeah, we might need to figure out how that name gets pronounced. But
Nah,
I'm gonna roll with Arizona here.
respectful. Okay. November 15th, we got UConn versus BYU. I'm pretty excited about this game just because you got the number 1 recruit in AJ playing against probably the best defensive team at the moment, which is UConn Huskies. Just because
Wow, I
I'm
didn't know
going to
this
go
was a game.
BYU. Yeah, I think I'm going to go BYU here. Just because I believe in the freshman. I want the freshman to win. But if I had to put money on it, I'd go UConn.
I think I'm more excited to see Dan Hurley's reactions throughout the game if that freshman for BYU, AJ, drops like 30, 40 and just starts cooking them. I'll go BYU on this game too since it's at home for them.
Dangerous. Both going BYU. I'll stick with it.
Dude, AJ, he's a problem.
AJ at home. Hey, if he comes out and drops 40, that's
He's a problem.
be scary. Dan's going to be over there screaming. I'm going to love it. But UConn's a good team, a good defensive team. Holding
Does
their
UConn
last
have a guy
opponents.
this year, though? Do they have that guy?
They don't have a guy. They got a lot of guys. They got a good team. I don't know. They're not like the championship runs in the past, but they're up there. Number 3 ranked, so can't beat that. But let's go BYU Cougars. And then 16th, we got Houston versus Auburn. Number 1 versus 22.
Jeez, man. College basketball, these matchups are off to a hot start here.
Ripping.
I don't remember this ever happening in the past couple of years. Jeez.
I love it. This one I'm going Houston. I don't think Auburn is as good as everyone has them. Their backcourt is good with Pettiford and then their other guard. I do like them, but I got to go Houston here.
Did we find out if this game is at Auburn or is it one of those?
It's at Auburn. I'm
It's
pretty
at
sure.
Auburn. I
Mhm.
thought I'm gonna double check
Oh,
on
this
that.
could be a neutral site. Yeah,
I
we might
think it's
talk
a
about this
neutral
last week.
site. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it is. It's a neutral
Mhm.
site. If this was at Auburn, I'd go Auburn 100%. But new year, first year head coach there for Auburn, Stephen Pearl.
Pearl Jr.
I think you got to go Houston. I'm going Houston. I'm an
Oh,
Alabama fan. I'm always going to go against Auburn, so we'll go
like that.
Houston
No
for my
bias.
side.
No bias on this podcast. No bias.
Sure, yeah, 100%. No
Oh
bias.
yeah, that's pretty much this is my highlight games of the week. So far off to a great start for basketball. So
Oh yeah, great start. It's on fire right now.
mhm.
A lot of good stuff. But we'll be back. We'll do a recap of all this stuff Sunday for basketball. Shep, anything to add before we move on to football?
I'm good. I think I'm good.
You good? All right, let's get into the football, the real sport here. So we got underdogs, heavy hitters. We'll start with underdogs though. Just get it out of the way. Got TCU at BYU, Virginia at Duke there, then USF at Navy, and then Utah at Baylor. Those are underdog games here. We'll just go from the top here. TCU at Baylor. Let's pull it up on ESPN.
I'm pretty sure that's a 3.5 right now. Minus 3.5 BYU, and
It
that's kind of
is.
scares me. I feel like BYU should be favored a little more in that matchup.
What's the game lines there for TCU and Baylor?
2 seconds. Is it the what time does this game start? My God.
It's a 10 p.m. game. It's at Lavelle Edwards Stadium there at BYU.
Starting off with the last game of the day. Game lines 3.5 minus BYU.
Three and a half.
51.5 is the over.
I'm assuming the money line TCU is what, plus 210 or something?
Plus 142.
142. Oh, okay. It's better than I thought. Weather for this game, pretty clear. Don't think it's going to rain. It shouldn't rain. As of right now, it should be clear. But this is a bounce back game for BYU. Come off a loss last week to Utah, in which you just didn't perform well. I thought your defense played very well in that game, but the offense was not there. The offense was tough to watch there. But for BYU, you got to find the run game in this game. You're at home. If you find a way to run the ball, you control the line of scrimmage, and you don't commit anything that's going to shoot yourself in the foot, turnovers, anything like that, penalties. I think you walk out of here with a win, and you might even walk out of here with a dominant win. TCU though, they're not a bad team. They're 6-3 right now. They're 3-3 in the Big 12. They're one of those teams that they're very dangerous if you get caught mentally not being locked in. And all TCU, I think their best chance at winning this game, if you get this game to the fourth quarter, you don't commit penalties or anything that's going to shoot yourself in the foot. And they have a very strong air attack, I believe. I'm pretty sure they do. I think they were top something in the country. Might have it on here. Yeah, they're ninth in the country in the air. So if you're able to rely on that, take what the defense gives you, don't gamble that much, just be smart, get this game in the fourth quarter, take the crowd out of it, you got a good chance of winning this game. You really do. But winner picks here, I'm going to go, what was the spread again? 3.5?
3.5.
10 o'clock game. I'm gonna go BYU.
I'm agreeing with you. I think it's a comeback game for BYU.
Okay.
Revenge tour till they play the Bearcats.
Till they play the Bearcats. Gotcha.
They're just gonna win this game. It's gonna be good under their belt. Just everything's gonna come crashing down.
It's gonna crashing down at Nippert Stadium, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll go Virginia at Duke here. Oh goodness, let's pull it up.
That one is -4 for Duke. Over is
-4.
59.5, plus 150 if you're supposed to bet Virginia money line.
Okay.
So Duke is favored in this game.
Okay. Yep, Duke is favored. This was a trap game for Virginia, 100%. This is getting played at Wallace Wade Stadium at Duke, 3:30 kickoff there. Weather checks out, I think. Let me see. Let me double check for you guys. The one thing, if you guys are betting on games, always check the weather. Always check it.
Yep.
I've gotten into multiple holes where I bet on a game and then I turn the game on and it's just downpouring rain. So always double check the weather if you're betting. But if you're betting this game, it's just going to be cloudy, a little bit sunny, 73 degrees. Should be good. Never know, though. So always double check before you place a bet. Game lines for this, we already talked about it. Duke's in favor here. It's very interesting because Duke, they spent a lot of money in the offseason on a quarterback. I think it was around like $1 million or $2 million. He's a good quarterback, but Duke, they're 5-4, 4-1 in the ACC, though. They have that going for them. For them to win this game, if you play to your strengths and you control the momentum of the game, you're at home, You got to make sure the momentum is always in your favor when you're at home. It's a non-negotiable for you to win the game. If you do that and just take care of the football, you should walk out of here with a win. Virginia, it's a pretty ugly loss that they had last week. The entire ACC, it's very confusing. They're all cannibalizing each other. No one knows what's going to happen here. No one knows who's good, who's not good. After last week, I think Miami is probably the best team, just from an eye test. But Miami's also, they've slipped up and they've lost to SMU. So for UAV though, if you lock in, like I said, the ACC is still wide open. And the line of scrimmage here is going to be the most important part for this game. You got to be physical and dominate, especially in the spot that you're in, being in a way. And if you control the field position and you play to your strengths there, you're probably going to win this game. But winner picks here, I'm going to go Duke.
I'm going to go Duke on this one.
I'm going to go Duke. Okay. ACC is too confusing. It's way too
Duke just beat Clemson, right? That was the last win last week.
Yes.
Was that against Clemson? Gotcha. Yep. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to go Virginia on this one.
It's not a bad pick. I don't blame it.
I'm going to go +4. +4. I like
looking
that.
at an ACC game on the schedule right now for me is just it's a migraine. It makes no sense.
It's true. The ACC.
Nothing makes
they're
sense.
All terrible.
I don't even know what to write down for the previews for most of these games, anyways. It seems like everything's the complete opposite of what you think in an ACC game right now. But we'll move on to USF at Navy. This is a group of 5 game here. Group of 5 bid for the playoffs is up for the grabs here. Let's pull it up. These guys are in the American Conference. Let's see, this is going to be played at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. It's a 12 p.m. kickoff there. The weather for this game should be pretty clear last time I looked. Yep, should be good there. Always double check it. We'll go to game lines here. Shep, you got them up?
I do. Navy is +10, -108. Over is 62.5, and if you wanted to bet Navy, it is +285, -360 for USF.
Gotcha. So this game, that -10, I think you can chalk that up to if Navy's quarterback is going to play. He didn't play last week. He's very, very good with his legs. Everybody knows the Navy's offense. It's a running offense. If he plays, Navy's definitely has a better chance of winning this game, but to be honest, even if he does play, I think USF is still a lot better than them on paper and on the field. The quarterback for USF, Byron Brown, I don't see how Navy's going to be able to contain him. I don't think it's going to happen. I think your best chance if you're Navy is, once again, since you're a run-dominant team, you have to control the line of scrimmage. You got to be able to get 4 or 5 yards of carry. They got a good chance of doing it too. So if they control that line of scrimmage, you probably win the game. But at the same thing for USF, if USF dominates and creates explosive plays down the field and makes Navy guard them one-on-one matchups, and you win on the red zone, I think you win this game. I'm gonna go USF for a winner pick here, and I think USF is gonna beat them by double-digit points.
You said Navy's more running scheme type of offense.
It is a wishbone offense.
Is it wishbone? Okay, that makes it easier.
Wishbone offense.
Okay. Gotcha. Shout out the troops. I'm going to go Navy +10, and my favorite thing about this one is the under 62.5.
The under. So you're picking Navy to win, or are you just picking that spread?
No, I'm picking the spread +10. I think South Florida is going to win. I think it's going to be a much closer game than people think. But
the winner picks there. Shep's got Navy. Gotcha. Shep, that's just chalk that up.
Hey, shout out the troops.
Shout out the troops.
About?
I agree. We support the troops. We'll go Utah at Baylor. Pull it up. See, that is the Big 12. Utah's 7-2. Baylor 5-4.
What time's that game come on at?
That is.
Oh, I found it. It's 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock there at McLean Stadium. Weather's going to be clear for that one. It's a trap game for Utah. Baylor's still, they still got a good roster there, and they're playing at home. It's not the easiest place to play. Baylor's got a good atmosphere. Game lines for this one, Shep, do you got them up?
I do. We have Utah -8.5. Over 60.5.
Utah 8.5 there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a solid spread.
I do like that. I like that.
Utah, they're very dominant on the run game. if they find a way, which they usually do, if they run the ball here, if they get 200 plus yards on the ground, I think they win this game. Just don't shoot yourself in the foot. Baylor's got a pretty strong passing attack. So if you're able to shut that down on defense, which I'm assuming they will, I think you handle business here if you're Utah. For Baylor to win this game, it's another one of those games where you got to lean on your crowd. You're at home. You got to take control of the field possession of the game. And if you can't turn the ball over, if you're a home team and you lose a turnover battle, you're not going to win the game. Take what they give you on offense and keep everything in front of you on defense. You got to get this game to a fourth quarter too. If you get to the fourth quarter, you give yourself a chance to win the game. It's your best chance to win. Winner picks here for this game. I'm going to roll with Utah here.
I'm gonna say the same. I like that 8.5 for him. Utah's been playing pretty well overall this season. I want Baylor to win this game just to mess up the Big 12 rankings, obviously.
If Baylor gets this game to the fourth quarter with it being at night, that 8.5 it's not going to hit. That game's probably going to be
I want to say that playing at Baylor, but what's Baylor's schedule right now? Do you have that?
Baylor's schedule?
Yeah, what's that record?
The record's 5-4. Schedule here with a loss to Arizona State, loss to Auburn, loss to TCU, and then that loss to Cincinnati. So they're not bad losses at all. They really aren't.
They're not bad at all. The way you said that made me want to pick them. We're going to stick with Utah 8.5. I think they just come out and dominate this game. I want to say Baylor, but
I could see it happening too. Easily. Move on here to the heavy hitters. Where do we want to start?
Clemson and Louisville. That's where we want to start.
That's not a heavy hitter game.
Do you know why? Because we're going lock of the day, Louisville 2.5. I just want to get that out there. I've been waiting to say that for this.
Is that a war room?
That is a war room pick. I'm giving you guys a war room pick early today. Because I'm so high on Louisville.
We'll go over that one when we get to the war room again. But that's not bad there at all. That's a good one. We'll start off the heavy hitters here with Notre Dame at Pitt.
Those game lines. You got Pitt is plus 12.5 on that one. Over is 54.5.
This is being played at Pitt.
At Pitt.
12.5, really.
12.5.
That's interesting.
This is where I feel like it'd be a little higher than that.
Really? I don't know. It's at Pitt. Pitt's got a solid squad. It's 12.5 because their coach came out during the week in an interview and basically said that he doesn't care if they lose this game to Notre Dame. I don't know why he said it. Didn't make any
Pittsburgh?
sense. Yeah,
Pittsburgh goes in that? Oh, I'm going Notre Dame 12.5. Notre Dame's winning this game.
Not a bad bet. Some stats here, important stats here. Pitt, they're 11th in the country passing the ball here, getting around 302 yards a game. And then points per game for them on offense is 6th in the country at 39 points. Defense for them, their rushing defense is 3rd in the country, letting up 80 yards a game. And then total yards per game is their top 25. They're at 25th there with 318 yards per game. So those are all really good stats. But, again, those are all stats on paper. It's not really game.
Those are Pittsburgh stats? I'm really sleeping on Pittsburgh?
Pitt stats there. Notre Dame's offense, they are 15th in yards per game, getting around 466. Their passing attack is 26th, so just outside the top 25 at 271 yards per game. And then running the ball, once again, just outside the top 25 at 26 there, 119 yards per game there, scoring 38 points per game. That's 9th in the country. Notre Dame defense, 14th in rushing, giving up 102 yards, and then 18 points per game is 17th in the country on defense. Key factors for this game, turnover margin is -1. Notre Dame is +10, so Notre Dame is way better in that department. And then the penalty battle between these two, Pitt's giving up about 70 yards per game. Notre Dame's giving up about 52 yards per game in the penalty department. Red zone's going to be a huge factor in this game. It's a huge factor in every game. Notre Dame's defense is 77th in the country, and then Pitt's red zone defense is 129th. Whichever offense can take advantage the most probably is going to win this game. And, red zone isn't just scoring touchdowns. It's field goals, stuff like that. Players to watch out for in this game. Pitt's Mason, not going to get the last name right. Heitenshill, maybe. It's a quarterback for them, though. He's thrown for about 1,500 yards this year, 12 touchdowns and 5 picks. He's got 16 sacks, though, so that's not impressive there. Do we have anybody else for Pitt, for players to watch out? We do not. Notre Dame, though, their side, CJ Carr, the quarterback, and then Jeremiah Love, the running back. Jeremiah Love, he's in the Heisman conversation. He's having a great year. Had a great year last year. He's definitely going to be the first running back off the board there. But CJ Carr, quarterbacks, touchdown to interception ratio is 19-4. He's thrown for about 2,275 yards per game. Completion percentage is up to 67%. He's got up to 10 sacks there. Jeremiah Love, on the other hand, he's got 13 touchdowns on the year, 54 carries for 988 yards, and then 6.4 yards a carry for him. 154 carries is a lot. He's definitely the main thing on offense for them, which is, it makes sense. He's the best running back in the country. Notre Dame, if you just snap the ball, turn around, hand it off to Jeremiah Love, and you have success doing that, which means you got to dominate the line of scrimmage, you're going to win this game. You're most likely going to win every game you play if you do that, because Jeremiah Love is that good. Pitt, you're playing at home here. If you get out to an early lead and make CJ Carr beat you through the air, that's probably your best chance at winning this game, because you cannot let Jeremiah Love get going here. But that's not to say CJ Carr's bad. He's not bad. It's just Notre Dame's biggest threat. Their biggest threat is Jeremiah Love. He's the main guy for them. Make CJ Carr beat you, and he can beat you. So it's kind of just get an early lead and then pray that you win a turnover battle. Pray that they make some mistakes on offense, which could happen, but you never know. But winner picks for this game, I'm going to go Notre Dame.
Okay, Notre Dame. The one stat that was interesting was that Pitt has the number 3 ranked rushing defense, you said?
Yep, 80 yards per game.
You think that's going to play a factor?
When I was looking at it earlier, let me look at Pitt's schedule, because I think I told myself it's like that because they really haven't played a running back. So they played Central Michigan, West Virginia, Louisville, Boston College, Florida State, Syracuse, NC State, Stanford. And none of those guys have anybody like Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love, he's in a separate.
No, I believe it. I've watched him this year. He looks great. After what Pitt's coach said, I think you have to go Notre Dame here.
Notre Dame. So me and Shep going Notre Dame here. Okay. Solid. That should hit easily, to be honest. I think Notre Dame takes care of business here. We'll go down to Iowa at USC here. Let's pull it up. I'm pretty sure this game, I think it's going to be raining the whole time.
It is. I have that on my notes. Terrible weather.
Terrible weather.
Okay. Which plays a part for Iowa, but it's still crazy that USC is -7. The over is 49.5. And to take Iowa money would be 210, plus 210.
210. Is it going to be cold? Where's this at? It's at USC.
It's at USC.
So, yeah, I think you're good. Okay. It's interesting stats. This is at LA Memorial Coliseum there in USC there. This is a dangerous game for USC. Iowa, they're coming off that loss last week to Oregon. And this is kind of a similar thing, minus it being cold. I mean, it's going to be raining the whole game. This plays in the favor for Iowa. The only thing is you're playing away, but Lincoln Riley, explosive offense. We'll dive into the stats here for them, actually. The offense for USC, you are second in the country, getting 503 yards per game. Passing, you're getting around 300 yards per game. That's 10th. And then rushing, you're 22nd in the country at getting around 200 yards per game. And then points per game for you, 39 points per game. That is 7th in the country. Nothing on defense for them because Lincoln Riley never has an impressive defense stat-wise. But the Iowa defense, they are very impressive. 250 yards per game, that's 4th in the country. Passing, they're 5th, letting up 146 yards. And then rushing, they're 17th, letting up 103 yards. Points per game for them on defense, they're only giving up 13 points per game, which is 5th in the country. With how the weather is, I think this is going to be a pretty sloppy game. Don't let them air the ball out on you, which I don't think they're going to do. Key factors for this game, though. Penalties for USC is 67th in the country and letting up about 54 yards per game in the penalty department. Then Iowa, we talked about it last week, they're 1st in the country. They're only giving up 20 yards per game in penalties. And then money down, USC offense is 7th in the country, 51%. Iowa's defense is 34th in the country at 34%. In the red zone matchup for this game, both offenses are pretty strong in the red zone department on offense there, but USC's defense in the red zone is 3rd in the country. Iowa's is 36. Players to watch out for For Iowa, the quarterback, Mark Gronowski, he literally does everything for him. It's not a passing attack by any means. It's definitely a rushing attack there. But he's the guy to watch out for on Iowa. And then USC's Jaden Mayav, the quarterback, Makai Lemon, the wide receiver, and then the linebacker, Eric Gentry. Final thoughts for this game. Iowa, this is 2 weeks in a row now where the weather's in your favor. It's going to be the game that you want it to be. If you get this to the fourth quarter, you give yourself a best chance to win. It almost happened last week. You're away in this game, though. But we'll see what you can do. And for USC, just don't get stubborn because of weather. Don't try to air it out 40 times. I think if you just adapt Oregon's game plan from last week and just run the ball and commit to it, I think you won this game. So I'm going to go USC in my winner picks here. Game of the week part 1 for this one. It's Oklahoma at Bama.
I wonder why that's game of the week. That's number 1.
Playoff implications here. This is at Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. 3:30 kickoff. While Shep's pulling up the game lines, we're going to take a Diet Pepsi break.
I got the game lines because I'm always prepared. Alabama is -5.5 over 45.5. And then Bama money line would be -198.
What's Oklahoma money line?
It would be, what is that? 164.
164. Okay. Weather checks out for this game. It's going to be cloudy. Partly cloudy. It's pretty much going to be sunny. 76 degrees there at kickoff. So it should be a clean game. Stats for Bama, it's nothing impressive. You're 14th in the country. Passing the ball 291 yards per game. And then scoring drop down is down to 32 points per game. That is 39th in the country. The defense for Bama, very strong defense. This defense has gotten better week in, week out. They're 18th in total yards per game, giving up 303 yards. Passing is 164 yards per game. That is 10th in the country. And then scoring, they're giving up 17 points per game. That's 13th in the country. Oklahoma's defense, they're another strong defensive unit, kind of like Bama. 264 yards per game. That's 7th in the country. Passing, they're giving up 181 yards per game. That's 22nd. Rushing is 82 yards per game. That's 4th in the country. And then scoring is 14 points per game. That is 7th in the country. You don't have anything for the Oklahoma offense because the Oklahoma offense it's pretty much been nothing. It's kind of like the Texas offense, how we don't have any stats for them because there's no impressive stats right now for them. Key factors for this game, turnover margin for OU is 112th in the country at -5. Bama is 8th with +10. So that's a big difference there, and that's not in favor for Oklahoma. And this is being played at Bama. Bama, they've been forcing a lot of turnovers the past couple weeks, so you got to take care of the ball. The money down for Bama on offense, they are 18th in the country at 48%. OU's 54th at 41%. And then the defensive side of that is OU's 8th at 30%, and Bama's 51st at 36%. The penalty battle for OU are 109th in the country, and up about 63 yards per game in that department. And then Bama is a lot better at 25th at 43 yards per game there. The red zone matchup, another big game here for this. OU's first in red zone offense, and Bama is 16th. The defensive side of it, Bama is 8th, and OU is 66th. So the red zone offense for Oklahoma, it's quite literally, it's 1,000% right now. They've scored every time that they've been in the red zone. And that does factor in field goals, like I said. And it's been a lot of field goals, not a lot of touchdowns. Players to watch out for, you got Ty Simpson, that quarterback there for Bama. He's having a great year. And then Yanze Pierre, the edge rusher for Bama. He's gotten better in week in and week out. Bama here, if you control the line of scrimmage on both ends, I think you win this game. You got to be able to stop the running game for Oklahoma. It's been catching fire the past couple weeks. And Bama's done good against the run past couple weeks. But if you control the line of scrimmage on both ends, you're going to win this game. If you win the turnover battle, you're at home, you're going to win this game. The rushing offense for Bama, it's been a talking point every week for them. It's horrendous right now. But we're in week 12. So at this point, it's what it's going to be. So you can't get stubborn and try to force the run game. And I don't think they're going to, because Bama, they do a lot of extensions through the run game. So if you don't force the run game and just be yourself, I think you win this game. OU, Oklahoma there, you got to win the field position. You have to stop Bama on fourth down. Bama goes for it on fourth down a lot. If they're across the 50-yard line, they're probably going to go for it on fourth down. So you got to get fourth down stops, and then that's going to let you win the field position there. And then you got to find the run game, like I said. And then another thing for Oklahoma is special teams. They've got one of the best kickers in the country. He's the reason that they beat Tennessee. I think he hit three from 50 plus in that game, and that was at Tennessee. So if he does the same thing at Bama, they're going to be in a great spot to win this game. Picks to win this game here. I'm going to go Alabama here. Shep, what do you got?
If we were to have this game at the beginning of the season when John Mateer was playing at the Heisman level, I would say Oklahoma.
Was he
But
playing
after
at the
that,
Heisman level?
he was the best quarterback. Week 3, he was undisputed number 1 Heisman pick, and then went down with surgery. Obviously came back against Texas, kind of shit the bed, and since then he hasn't been his start of the year self. Bama's been killing it, so
I think that's a stretch. You
gotta look up his stats on that.
He was the favorite. He was the favorite to win the Heisman, of course. Everybody knows that, but I don't think it's been what everybody thought it was going to be.
He had a great start to the season. Great start.
I mean,
obviously Ty Simpson now. Stats right now, yeah, they're awful because he had surgery.
Well, just stats overall. I mean, he's still got his touchdown to pick ratio is 8-7 there. And if you
I'm pretty sure he threw like 3 picks against Texas. As I think that's comeback game.
He shouldn't have come back that game anyways. That's what. Really
no, he shouldn't have. He should have sat him out. But yeah, I'm gonna go Bama 5.5 here. Ty Simpson. I'm pretty sure. Isn't Ty number 1 for Heisman right now?
No, he's not favorite right now.
He's not favorite right now. I know he's up there, but
he's up there. So we're both going Bama here. We'll see what happens with that game. Game of the week, part 2 here is Texas at UGA. Another playoff implication game here. This is at Sanford Stadium. This is a 7:30 kickoff, so it's going to be at night. Shep, game lines, what do you got?
Yeah, Georgia is favorited -6.5. We got the over at 49.5. If you were to take Texas, they're plus 195. To take Georgia, they're -238.
238. Interesting. Weather for this game, you're all clear here. Nothing's going to happen. Should be good. Stats for this. The Texas defense, they are 22nd in the country, giving up about 313 yards per game. Their rushing defense is 2nd in the country, giving up 7 to 8 yards per game. And then points per game is 11th, giving up about 16 points per game. Like I said earlier, we don't have anything on offense because the offense is bid right now. The UGA offense, though, yards per game just outside the top 30 there. They're at 31, 436 yards per game. And then rushing, they're running the ball for 197 yards per game. That's 24th in the country. And then points per game, they are 29th in the country at 33. Moving on to the defensive side of it for the stats, 20th in the country at 310 yards per game. They're giving up 100 yards on the ground there. That's 12th in the country. And then points per game, they're giving up 19. That is 23rd in the country. Key factors here. Money down is going to be a huge one for this, especially at night. Georgia's offense on money down is 19th versus the Texas defense is at 24th. So that's a pretty solid matchup. I think it's going to be a pretty even matchup too. The penalty side of it, UGA is 28th, getting up about 5 penalties per game. Might have to double check that. Nope, that is correct. Yep, 5 penalties per game. And then Texas on the other end is 131st in the country, about 8 penalties per game. There's definitely a big yardage difference in that too. I should have wrote that down, but I didn't. But the red zone matchup here, UGA defense is 17th, and then Texas defense is 25th. So that's another good matchup there to watch out for. Texas players to watch out for, Colin Simmons and Anthony Hill. They're 2 of the best defense players in the country. Colin Simmons, I'm pretty sure he has 8 sacks all by himself. Let me double check that. Yep, 8 sacks all himself. He's got 30 tackles altogether. He's an absolute threat off the edge. He's going to be, is he draft eligible? I don't think he is. He's a sophomore, so no. And then Anthony Hill, linebacker, one of the best linebackers in the game, 64 total tackles. Himself, he's got 4 sacks. He's got a pick. He's forced three fumbles, recovered one of them. He's a very ball hawking linebacker, very physical in the run game. Those are the guys to watch out for Texas. And then Georgia on the other end of it, you've got Gunnar Stockton, the quarterback, of course, and then C.J. Allen, who's the linebacker for Georgia. Another one of those guys who's one of the best linebackers in the country. I think it's easy to say that he's the top 5 linebacker because he pretty much is. He's got 75 total tackles. That's probably up there close to leading the country, if I were to guess. He's got 3.5 sacks himself, 3 pass deflections, and then 2 forced fumbles and a fumble recovery. And then on the other end, Gunnar Stockton, he's kind of like Mr. Clutch. He's making all the throws and all the plays that need to happen when Georgia needs them. Stats-wise, he's not that flashy. He's got 2,000 passing yards around that, 15 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. He's a top 10 quarterback in the country, and I don't think he gets talked about enough. He does everything for him on offense. I think he's a lot better than Arch Manning, I would say. Arch Manning's young, but Gunner's definitely better and more experienced in the game. For Texas to win this game, Texas has one of the worst offensive line in the country. Let's see how many sacks that they've given up. I think it's 18 sacks. That's definitely up there with in the country for sure. That might be leading it all together. We'll see. How does that offensive line handle playing at Sanford at night? I don't think it's going to be good. It's going to be bad, I think. Sark, he's got to be able to dial stuff up. You got to get the ball out and get it out quick. Don't make Arch Manning have to sit back there and really go through a full progression read because he's not going to have time to do it. It's just not even going to be close. And then Sark, he's got to out-coach Kirby. I've said earlier that I think that's the hardest thing to do in college right now is try to out-coach Kirby Smart because he's by far the best coach. It could happen, though. Sark's able to do it. He's a very good head coach, but it's going to have to happen if they need to win. The defense for Texas, they've got to carry this game. They've got to be able to shut down Georgia, and it could happen. UGA on the other side, you're at home, so, of course, lean on the crowd, get the momentum on your side, control it. Got to also control the line of scrimmage and run the ball, you win the game. And you can run the ball. You got a very good running back. Winner picks for this game. I'm gonna go Texas. Texas needs it. Texas is
Texas. Wow. Okay.
Texas is in survival mode.
Is this because you're a Bama fan? Is this why you're picking this?
No.
Bama not playing no part here. All right, respect.
No part here. I think Sark needs this one. I think Texas gets it done.
I agree with you. I think this is a make it or break it game for Texas. Fun fact you did not mention: since joining the SEC, Texas is 11-3. And who are those 2 losses to? Who are 2 of those losses to? I'll give you a hint. Starts with G. It's Georgia. I'm going Georgia money line at home.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is all right. Shep's got Georgia money line. That's a good one. That's a good one. That does it for our heavy hitters here. Let's move into. Let's just do locks only here. Locks only for me. Of course, these aren't guarantees to hit. That's just what the segment name is called. So bet responsibly. If you don't have money to do it, don't do it. Go get a job and save money. I got Virginia money
That's great
line
advice.
at plus 150, and then I got Baylor plus 7.5. That is minus 110. I've also got Arkansas, which is plus 6 right now. If I were to bet it personally, I'd move it to plus 7.5. That's what I got for locks only. Shep, what do you got?
Obviously, one of my locks said it earlier. It is Bama plus 3.5 or minus 3.5. Sorry, it is currently a tie game. What I'm looking at right now. So
I need
before the game. So another pick I love, as I said earlier as well, minus 2.5 Louisville against Clemson. Clemson, like the ACC, you just flip a coin here. I know Clemson had a big one last week in their win.
Is that a lock for you? Is that your war room?
That's gonna be my war room pick. You doing?
Okay.
No, let's do locks. We'll do a lock one.
Locks, okay.
Put that lock. But yeah, after them beating Florida State the way they did, I think that was just a lucky game. I think it was if you played at Florida State, Clemson loses to them. But this matchup, we got Louisville.
Okay. Anything else for locks?
Scrolling through it right now, nothing's popping out of my eye.
Okay. Let's just dive into the war room. I'm using up my 2 picks for the war room here. They're both going to be football. I'm going to go Memphis money line plus 124, and then UAB plus 17.5.
Okay, I like that. Then my war room picks. It's up to me here. Who's winning that? Who's the record on that right now? Am I up one?
Yep, you are up 1-0.
One. Looking throughout these games, I'm going to have to go Georgia minus 6.5. I really like that line. I think Georgia wins that game, especially with that 11-3 stat. I don't think
Okay.
Texas is going to hold them.
Okay, let me type that in. Georgia minus 6.5. Using up both your picks this week, or you just going one?
I'm going to pick another one.
Okay.
I really like BYU minus 3.5.
BYU minus 3.5. Okay. See what happens with it. I think I'm going to be winning this one easily this week, but you never know. Moving on, we'll do a little Heisman update. I'll let Shep give out his 4 if he wants, but for me, I'm going to do Mendoza at 1. We're going to do Julian Sayin at 2. Ty Simpson. Actually, no. We're doing Marcel Reed at 2. Julian Sayin 3, and then Ty Simpson 4. Shep, you got anything to add? Heisman update?
I think it's hard to pick out of a 5 right now. I don't think there's anybody that stands out as a clear definite. Obviously, you got to go Indiana's QB as of right now.
Yeah, and the thing about Heisman
Fernandez.
is Heisman's only 4. Only 4 guys go to New York.
Yeah.
But if we were to go 5, that 5 spot I would have Jeremiah Love, but we're always just going to do 4. I got Mendoza at 1 because I think that come from behind when they're at Penn State.
I think that was huge
to me.
Yeah.
I understand Penn State's record and all that. That's still one of the toughest places to play. But I got him at 1. That was definitely a Heisman moment for him. It's still a lot of football left to be played. Marcel Reed, I almost put him 1, to be honest, because he's not getting talked about at all, and he needs to be. I think he's the best quarterback in the SEC by far right now. He's at 2, and then Sayin at 3 there. Thing about Ohio State, they haven't been tested yet this year. You played Texas week 1, and Texas looks like a completely different team right now.
Sayin didn't have a great game that game either.
Saints putting up stats, but he's putting up stats against teams that aren't even the same realm as Ohio State.
With the best offense as well.
Yeah.
I hate them saying at 3.
We're not going to knock him for the talent around him because he's still putting the ball and he's still making Sunday throws there at Ohio State. So he's at 3/4, and then Ty Simpson is in the last spot for me at 4. I think it's fair to say that right now he's had not down the last 2 weeks, but hasn't been up to his standard there. Anything to add there, Shep, before we just go over the playoff rankings?
No, I think I'm good.
Good. Okay. Let's pull up playoff rankings here. Okay. All right. College football playoff rankings here. So you got Ohio State at 1. I think that's deserving. You're the defending champ, and you haven't done anything to demote yourself. In at 2. I would probably put Texas A&M at 2. I think Texas A&M looks better than Indiana right now. So you got Indiana at 2 there, and then Texas A&M at 3. Alabama's still holding down the 4 spot. Georgia's locked into a 5th. They bumped Texas Tech over Ole Miss after the BYU win to 6. So Ole Miss is down to 7 now. Oregon's at 8. Notre Dame at 9. Texas is at 10. You got Oklahoma at 11. And then BYU is 12. So remember, you have the group of 5 bids. So it's really top 11 here. And then the 12th spot, if the playoffs started right now, it would be USF. But BYU at 12. Utah is right behind them at 13th. Vanderbilt at 14th. Miami's up to 15. Georgia Tech 16th. USC 17th. Michigan's standing there at 18th. You got Virginia behind them at 19th. Louisville at 20. That will only dropped 1 spot down to 21. You got Pitt at 22. Tennessee at 23. USF, like we mentioned, they are at 24. Playoffs started, they would be 12th. And then making an appearance finally is the Cincinnati Bearcats at 25th. So that is the playoff rankings right now. It's too hard to predict where all this stuff is going to go. But that's what we got right now. Shep, anything you want to add before we wrap up here?
I think I'm good. Playoff wise, I don't think I would be ashamed if Duke makes the playoffs. I think I'll be kind of upset.
Duke won't make the playoffs. You don't need to worry.
I don't know. They could win out that ACC right there. Whoever wins in the ACC is just going to be
no chance they win out the ACC. That would be crazy.
Hey, big game this week against Virginia. Beat Virginia here. Watch out.
What is Duke's schedule here?
Them to watch out for the Bearcats. We're going to end up beat BYU next week. Hopefully Baylor wins this week. It'd be nice.
It would be. Wow. Duke's got North Carolina and Wake Forest left. Wow.
I'm just saying, dude, watch out for them Blue Devils.
Well, it could happen, actually. Okay. Well, other than that, send us questions for our Q&A segment, please. DM us.
Please, and thank you.
Just do it. It's a good segment. It'll be a fun segment. It doesn't have to be about sports. Also, it could be anything. Life outside
Anything
of
besides
sports.
heinous stuff. Don't put
Yeah,
no wild comments in there. Maybe
yeah.
some would you rather's, just like that.
Keep it PG, please. Here. Um, Other than that, we'll be back Sunday with a recap and then a preview of basketball with whatever our basketball expert Shep has there. Other than that, please sub to the channel, follow the Spotify, like and share the videos. We appreciate your guys' support. We've got good
Sir.
momentum. Let's keep it going here into the winter. Shep, anything?
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. All right. Be smart. Be safe. Enjoy you guys this week. We'll see you.